Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to talk about the establishment of Nanjing government and also the attempts of modernization in modernizing China. Firstly, we're going to review a little about what we learned last class. Before the holiday, we ended at the Northern Expedition, and also we talked about the results of the Northern Expedition, right? Do you still remember any of that? We talk about, on one hand, yes, Chiang Kai-shek officially declared it achieved its main purpose of defeating the warlords, but on the other hand, actually there are some there are still some problems left over. For example, not all the warlords have been crushed. A number of them agreed to accept the Kuomintang's authority only on condition that they were allowed to keep their private army. That means actually they still have a high degree of autonomy and they still can do a lot of things at their own place, right? So my first question is, if the Northern Expedition is not that successful, why Chiang Kai-shek have to establish a Nanjing government so hurry? Why he didn't totally crush the warlords first, since this is the whole purpose of the Northern Expedition, right? But all in all, firstly, you have to see in 1927, Chiang established a Nanjing government, a series of reforms to carry out in hopes of modernizing China politically, economically, militarily, and culturally to realize Sun Yat-sen's dream of reconstructing China. Can anyone think of this? If it was not a significant success, they still left over a lot of problems which actually will become obstacles for their attempts of modernization. So why he didn't wait till they were wholly crushed and then he can carefree and just reconstruct the country, right? Why so hurry to establish the Nanjing government? Actually, in 1927, after several successful military campaigns, Chiang Kai-shek already become a very important person when he was rapidly built a power base in eastern and southeastern China. So he already expand his influence in a lot of places. More importantly, when he expand his influence in Shanghai, actually he gained a huge support. These supports were mainly from the Nanking financials. That means those people who have money, right? So now he has a huge influence in China, and also at the same time, he has people who can donate him money to persecute the communists. But we can't deny the fact that in the First United Front, in the Northern Expedition, not only Kuomintang played an important role, for the Communist Party, they also play a very significant role in organizing and unifying all those workers, and especially workers in the cities. It's actually, if you read the textbook from the last homework, you should see that before he went to Shanghai, the communists has already organized the workers' revolutions, which make his later invasion very smooth, right? So you can't really deny the contribution of the communists. But now he has turned his back to the communists. Why? When we talk about the reason why he's supporting the First United Front, we mentioned these, right? Chiang had not shared Sun's belief that the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, could be easily absorbed into the Kuomintang and then rendered harmless. That means actually he didn't believe in CCP, didn't believe in their First United Front. But why he's still supporting this United Front? The total reason is he thinks that now we are facing two problems. One problem is the Chinese Communist Party, and the other problem is the warlords. So what he's trying to do is, firstly, because the Communist Party at this time, Sun Yat-sen already did his job to have a cooperation, to build a cooperation with them. So how about we continue cooperate with them, but at the same time, after the warlords they were crushed, then we broke the Chinese Communist Party. So actually, he didn't really change his attitude towards CCP. Instead, he just changed the priority of these two things. So right after he gained support in Shanghai, what he did is the White Terror. On April 10th, 1927, a purge committee was organized. So who was to be purged? They were the communists. The wholesale liquidation of the communists began first in Shanghai and then in Nanking, and it spread to elsewhere, Hangzhou, Fuzhou, even Canton, and other places. So at that time, national troops, police, and secret agents, they raided communist cells, shoot down the suspects on sight, disarm the workers' picket, and eliminate the labor union. As you know, communists, they're representing the workers and farmers, right? At that time, they mainly focused on the city's workers. So when they eliminated all the labor unions, actually they are weakening the communist power. And you can see in this picture, people, they were arresting and persecuting all the communist people. Actually, this kind of result has already proved the broken relationship between the Communist Party and Nationalist Party. So the Wuhan government on April 17, a week later, dismissed Chiang as the commander-in-chief of the National Revolutionary Army, but he couldn't care less. But because he already gained a great success in eliminating the warlords, and also he gained a huge support from the people who belongs to upper classes who have money to support him. So he could not have cared less, and with the help of Hu Hanming, he organized his own nationalist government at Nanking just a day later. That is the establishment of Nanjing government. And this is also explained why he's in such a hurry, since the warlords still haven't totally eliminated by him. Before Communist Party, they gain more and more support and become really strong. Before that, they should crush them with every effort. So let's review a little about the timeline of establishment of Nanjing government. Firstly, 1919, Sun Yat-sen reorganized the Kuomintang and set up a military government in Guangzhou. And more importantly, we already talked about this when they were seeking cooperation with the Communist Party of China, and they're talking about the First United Front. Up from 1924, actually this is a time when people find out military power can be very important, taking a very significant role in the revolution or in any of the movement for a party or for an organization. This is the reason why, with the help of Soviet Union, we built our military academy and at the time, since military has become more and more important, that is the reason why Chiang Kai-shek has gained a very huge support, and everyone thinks he's having a bright future at that time. So this is a picture of students of Huangpu Military Academy undergoing military training. But sadly, in 1925, Sun Yat-sen died. This is a time when Chiang Kai-shek came into power, and the first thing he tried to achieve is to eliminate the warlord. So he started the Northern Expedition with the First United Front. And in 1927, with a huge success, he start to eliminate the Communist Party and set up the Nanjing government. And in 1928, the expedition gained a final success. He declared, and China was unified. Chiang became the leader of Nanjing government. So this is Chiang Kai-shek rebuilt troops after taking post of the president of Nanjing government. So next class, we're going to focus on their attempts at modernizing China. So we're going to review their different aspects of their doing and their policy in modernizing China.